Welcome to another episode of The Creative Exchange with your girl, Sarah Peachy. So today we are trying something new, or I'm trying something new. We are right next to an AC. So you might hear a little bit of shh, but you know what, guys? I've listened to so many Gary Vee podcasts where he's like, hey, guys, where the audio has been terrible, but I still listen to it. So I think you guys can bear through this. I'll try to throw a filter on it. But we have very special guests today. Erik, Mike, welcome to the Creative Exchange.
Thank you for having us.
This is super cool.
Very
excited.
Okay, guys, so let me give you a little background. Erik, I met you before I even moved to New York. We did a collab.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
we did. When on the bridge with the photos.
Yes.
That was
Can I hear the story?
So,
Yeah.
Do you want to tell it first, and I'll tell my version?
Okay. I don't even remember how it started, though, so maybe you start.
This was before you even made your Casey video. You had 4,000, 5,000 subscribers. You're like, hey, I'm thinking about moving to the city. I like your videos. Do you want to meet up? We met up. We went to the Williamsburg Bridge, I think, and took photos.
Yeah. Tudor Bridge.
Tudor Bridge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tudor Bridge. And I think we had a meetup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
it might have been right after the Casey thing, if we had a meetup.
I think we met before and then after. The
yeah.
one before.
We might have talked before, but then the
Do you
Casey
remember the
thing
bridge?
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we hung out and it was so fun because I was like, this was my first real life vlogger that I ever met. And
I was
like, yeah.
Wow.
Like in the flesh. It was crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, this is Erik Conover. At the time, you were daily vlogging, right?
Yeah, just about
Were you?
5 days a week, 6 days a week.
So you were doing that daily vlog grind. You were the New York City vlogger in my mind, outside of Casey, of course. So it was super fun to hang out, and I took pictures of Jessica and stuff.
That was a long time ago.
Those pictures turned out cool.
Yeah, I love them.
I found one of my pictures of her on Pinterest when I Googled my name.
That's how you know you made it.
I know. And then Mike.
Yes.
You are so many things, but my audience might know you as Sam Sheffer's brother.
Yes.
The homie of Erik Conover.
Yes.
And lately popping up in David Dobrik's vlogs.
Something like that, yeah.
Wow. So you're definitely getting around, making the moves.
We're out here, as we like to say.
But how would you describe yourself? Who are you, Mike Sheffer?
I'm an entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur. I have a management company called Moment Management where we represent the best talent that YouTube and Instagram have to offer.
Mm-hmm. Was Erik the first client?
He was.
Wow.
I mean, Sam still had a job when we started the company, so and he's my brother, so I don't know if that counts, but Erik is our first.
Nah, dude, Sam wasn't all in. It was
he wasn't all in.
So also, can I say something?
Yeah.
This all happened. Mike and I started working together, and our friendship started because of you.
We met at your first Peachy party.
At the first. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. So I will say, for the people who aren't aware, I throw these somewhat quarterly networking parties called Hustle and Why. But the first iteration of that ever was something called the Peachy Party. I had just moved to New York City and I knew all these cool people, but I'm like, why don't these people know each other? And the good homie Allison with the beautiful Upper East Side apartment hooked it up, and she was like, I'm gonna get catering and drinks. You invite all of the coolest people and we'll make it happen. And still to this day, so many cool relationships are just ongoing from that moment.
I think that's one of the things that you are the best at, aside from a lot of other things, is bringing people together.
Thank you.
But really, you're very good at bringing people together and just introducing relationships
the right relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
That actually create
meaningful relationships.
Curated environments, I think, are important, right?
That have meaningful impact, not just party for
surface
a night.
level, yeah.
Right. Oh, well, thanks, guys. And I'm glad you guys met because you have been crushing it, both of you.
And the way that I met Sarah was...
How did we meet?
I was at Jared's house in South Jersey 3 years ago at this point, probably. We knew who you were because Casey had given you the shout out, and we were big fans of you. And Sam was at maybe VidCon or one of these events, and he texted me. He's like, "Dude, Sarah DIETSCHY just came up to me. She knew who I was."
That was the first time I ever met Sam.
Yeah, and he was so stoked, and I was like, "Bro, that's so tight. Let's link up with her. This is cool." So yeah, I think
tell Sam to text me back. I wish that excitement was still there.
Tell Sam to
in
text
our
me
friendship.
Back. Tell Sam to text me back.
Sam, what are you doing if you're
Look,
watching
I
this?
respect that he's getting swole. He's
is
like
on that grind,
he's
but,
taking
like,
care of his body. He's making moves on YouTube. But Sam, I want to collab. I want to hang.
The thing is,
you
though,
know,
you need to do everything.
Yeah.
A lot of the people I look
Right.
up to and that I kind of want to like base my structure of my life are people that they're fit. They have
Yeah.
businesses. They do a personal life.
Will Smith,
Will
Dwayne
Smith,
Johnson.
yeah.
Will
Arnold
Smith.
Schwarzenegger.
Can we just talk about Will Smith right now? I'm
He's the
so
boy. He's the
thankful
man.
for like our new father of the internet. Like #blessed. Guys, if you do not follow Will Smith on Instagram or YouTube, what are you doing with your life? So yeah, you guys, so that was 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
up on-
And
I think
then
like 3 summers ago.
yeah, then we hung out. Mike plays guitar, which
Yeah.
is sick. I've seen you jamming.
We went to Guitar Center one time.
We did go to
Yeah.
Guitar Center one time. Yeah, okay, so this is something I want to bring up.
Sure.
Life goes in waves, right? It ebbs and flows. And for a while, I feel like there was a distinct New York City crew. You know? Like there was you, me, Sam, Mike, there's other people.
Yeah,
We were like always Craig, India,
Brett.
always hanging Brett. What happened, guys? Did we just all get busy with our own lives? Let's talk about it. Let's
think-
unwind here.
I think a lot of it has to do with just the way that like YouTube was. Like we were
Yeah.
all doing daily vlogs, or
Right.
more almost daily videos.
Similar
and
content.
We were
Yeah.
like characters in each other's lives, but we were also we were just starting. Bless you. We were all just starting this stuff, so it was like, you know what I mean? It was the beginning.
It was good to have like people that are doing the same thing.
Exactly.
And like we're all in the same, mindset of like when we hang out, it's cool to have cameras out and like
Yeah.
it's cool to have people say something again if it like you didn't catch it and like that kind of thing. But I think just as like content started to change or just like everyone, I mean, you
I
meet,
think
you meet John,
everyone-
Eric moves,
yeah.
we start traveling, like things,
Right.
Brett's traveling, like Sam is doing stuff with Casey. Like, I mean,
Right.
yes, ideally what we need is another Hustle NY, another Peachy
Yeah.
party. Maybe
people
even
to
like
link up.
a smaller curated
Yeah.
one. Like,
well, one might be coming up, and it
Okay.
might be on a fancy boat in the Hudson River.
Oh well.
So
Count us in.
watch out for that.
well, Sam and I are going to be away from August 21st until like September 4th. So I don't know if it's then, but
Well, you guys aren't invited anymore because it literally might be during that time.
I'll send you pictures.
okay.
But no, I think that's so true because like YouTube has changed so much, right? And I know me personally, I've changed my style of things. I don't upload as much. I upload something when I'm stoked on the video idea
Yeah.
and it has the potential of doing well. But
Yeah.
even if it doesn't do well, I'm still proud of the video because I like it. I'm not pumping out 5 videos a week hoping that one of them like pops off
Yeah.
and I'm proud of.
Exactly.
So what has been that evolution for you, Eric? Because you used to do daily vlogs and a lot of travel content, a lot of relationship stuff. So you really put your personal life on the screen. So how has that shifted?
So I think that back to people who, I think the best thing about the internet is you can be inspired by anyone and you can listen to the people that inspire you on a daily basis. You could live in Kansas and listen to Will Smith give a speech about motivation. So I think for me, the people who I look up to are people who can constantly pivot what they're doing and just keep evolving. So I started with the daily vlogs and the relationship stuff. Had a breakup. It was also public too. Then I was into the travel. And then it was almost about this time last year, started working with Mike and Jared, our other partner in what we do. And I just was very frustrated. I'm like, I don't want to make videos for no reason. I want to have a set theme and a set brand. So we kind of just sat at a table for like 5 hours and planned out, I think it was 7 videos. And they launched over I think it was last November through January.
Well, we switched from also
Yeah.
every day to three times a week
just
to once a week.
1 a week.
Just quality over quantity.
Just sticking to that one a week upload. I haven't missed one in almost a year.
Wow.
1 a week.
Consistency is important.
Yeah, but just making videos that I would script everything. I would script the title, the thumbnail. Basically, everything was planned out. And of those 7 original videos, like, I think 6 of them have almost 500,000 now. So just like putting the time into plan and script everything from the thumbnail to the tags to the title.
And also like specifically taking a thumbnail
Yes.
as a photo and not just grabbing a screenshot, like huge revelation for us. Like we spend probably an hour on a thumbnail, just like as a photo.
Think about this. So when YouTube first started, the fact that people were just sharing their daily lives was cool. It was so sick. Casey came and upped it through the roof. At the point now where it's almost past that point where sharing daily stuff, it still has its value, but now it's more not highly produced, but just structured with a point content. Like, I want to click on a thumbnail, and if the opening frame of the video isn't that thumbnail or isn't directly to the point, I will click off. And that's how I design my content now.
And because I think also YouTube has become so saturated as well that the people who go there, they don't want to waste time because there's so many people to watch. There's so many videos to consume that also me personally, when I get on the platform, I am ready to watch what I want to watch. And honestly, a lot of what guides that is my homepage, is what YouTube tells me to watch, which kind of sucks because the whole thing recently is, oh my gosh, no notifications. I'm not getting videos from what I'm subscribed to. But honestly, I consume from suggested videos a lot.
Well, let me just say this. So I do lots of research on like SEO and the algorithm, and I've been seeing lots of videos. One very interesting, it was called How the YouTube Algorithm Made Logan Paul Famous. And basically, it sounds really bad. You're not making your videos for your subscribers anymore because they're not seeing them. You're making them with the hope that it can get pushed into suggested videos, and with people searching, that a whole new audience will see it. Like, I think 80% of the views on my channel come from people who aren't subscribed.
Wow. So it seems like it has really shifted from your family, your subscribers, what's up another day, to anyone who's on YouTube that'll click on the video. And I'm sure you come in, like, people come in waves, they get addicted, they're there for 3 months, and then they might move on to another YouTuber. And I think it's so important not to be romantic about that, because you kind of flip the switch and realize that, and now you're making content for that. And do you miss it? Do you miss the vlogs?
Not at all.
That's such a grind to film and upload every single day, and like trying to figure out a reason why that video is worth watching, like to an audience. Like that's a struggle. Like, we don't.
Well, I used to hit you up and be like, what should I title this?
Right.
What screen grab is the best one?
Like, and it's like well, you shouldn't be uploading videos just for the sake of pressing upload. There needs to be a reason and a value that you provide to a potential audience, whether or not that's your audience or a new audience that you're trying to attain. But every time you press upload, there has to be a value that you're providing to that audience. And you can't assume that just like posting a vlog that like you got coffee that day and titling it like, oh my God, she spilled the coffee. Like, nobody cares anymore. It's 2018 and like,
that's
you gotta,
so true. You have to be more intentional
back to the
with
whole
stuff.
like the highly produced vlogs. I think that almost in itself ruined the vlogs. Like Mike was saying, no one really cares that this sensational thing happened or this sensational title. They're so desensitized to seeing the clickbait, where videos that have done the best for us in the past year are videos where the content is there, the thumbnail matches, everything matches, and there's some kind of value exchange where we give them something. Like,
there's basically like a formula kind of where it's like, does the title and when you see a title in the thumbnail, does the video, when you click on it, leave you wanting more and thinking like, okay, this didn't match up to what I thought the title and thumbnail was going to lead this video to be? Or did I click on this title and thumbnail and this video is even better than I expected it to be? And clickbait as like a formula is, you're going to make a big promise and then under deliver.
You feel cheated.
Right. But the way to succeed that we found is that you give a title and thumbnail that has a certain like expectation of value, and then you smash the value that they get out of the park, because when they click on that video, it's better than they could have expected. And so that formula of like not doing clickbait, like we don't see clickbait as valuable at all. It's a very short term, like, maybe you'll get a couple clicks from your subscribers that really care.
You're in there for the long game.
But you always want to get more people, right? So like, it's not just about videos for your audience, it's about videos for people that don't know who you are yet.
For the world.
Right. Oh my gosh, dropping bombs. We're only like 15 minutes in, guys. Okay, thanks for being on the podcast.
Okay, bye.
Another way that we think about this is we talk about like being in 2030. Like, well, it's
2030 vision.
30-20.
So like, okay, because like we used to say like, okay, this is like, is this something that we would do in 2018, right? Like, or is this in 2017? Is this 2017 or is this 2015? Like, even in 2 years, like what worked on YouTube in 2015 does not work in 2017
So
or
true.
2018. And so like we're pushing that to be like, well, what's going to work on YouTube in 2030? Let's do that. But now we've switched it and we call it 30/20. So like we're always just saying like YouTube 30/20, we're out here. Like
Also, one thing on that. So as far as new channels that want to grow, I think that nowadays, because like you were saying, Sarah, it has to be so, there's so many people, it has to be so specific. You need to have one type of content really, maybe two. So
Yeah.
for like us, we have the New York lifestyle stuff and then the travel, but anything outside of that, like,
Yeah, because you don't want to confuse people, right?
Exactly.
And that's what I found on my channel. I was doing so many things, and the entire vlogging aspect just messed with everything else that
Yeah.
I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I want to do tech and creativity and throw some series in there, and like that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a vlogger. I don't want to be a daily vlogger. I don't want to do XYZ. And so that's when I personally have found more fulfillment too, not only
Yeah.
my channel doing better, but when I just really hone into what I want to do, and then, okay, let's figure out some titles and thumbnails to go along with it. Because I think you do have to hone in on your niche, like niche down. And do you listen to Tim Ferriss at all?
I've heard a few things, but not.
Okay.
I don't know
forget
him that well.
who of my friends listen to Tim Ferriss, but he always says just niche down. Like, even if you think your audience can max out at 1,000 people, amazing. Do it. Niche down. And
mean,
like,
there's so
it's
many
the
people on
1,000
Earth.
true fans thing.
yeah, there's
you know?
like how many billion people watching YouTube every
Yeah.
month or whatever it is. Like there is an audience for what you're trying to do. So just be the best at it. Like,
Yeah. And so that's why I'm having both of you guys on this couch, Erik and Mike, because I think you guys, when I saw you, one, become friends, but start working together and really honing in on, okay, Erik, like, how do we, make your channel make sense and grow it? It was really cool to see from an outside perspective. So were you guys from the beginning kind of just like, like looking at it through a business perspective and saying, how can we grow this? How can we work together? Or did it start with just like filming with each other? How did that start? Besides the peachy party?
So basically I was with management before. It was actually an MCN and it wasn't very personal and I felt very lost with what I was doing. And then Mike,
If you guys want some dirt, we had the same manager. I still have that manager. He's great. But managers, you have to do what's right for you.
yeah, exactly.
Just because he's the right manager for me doesn't mean he's right for you.
Exactly. So more or less, Mike and Jared were starting their company and they didn't have anyone. So it was kind of like a big leap. And we were really good friends already by this time. And I trusted them and we all took a jump and we didn't kind of just like dip our feet. We just went into it. And we were very lucky at the time. And still now we have lots of brands that are willing and wanting to work with us. Like we turn down far more than we work with. So the first year we were getting lots of branded opportunities that were going very well, but the channel was kind of stagnant. And then it wasn't until, like I was saying, last fall that we really just dove into the branding and the SEO and what we wanted the channel to be when people would land on it. So even at this point, I think I have 500 videos and about 200 of them are like vlogs. And that doesn't match at all the content I make now. So I'm even thinking about removing all those videos.
Purging your channel and just
Yeah.
get rid
You
of it
wanna
all.
Follow up on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like when we started, like as bad as it sounds, like we wanted to both make money. So like
Yeah. I mean,
so like
business.
that, and that was
Do
that's
it.
like a manager's role, right? Is to like help you facilitate brand deals, like make sure that Erik's getting the best deal, the deliverables are low, the budget's high, like the agency that we're working with is good, expectations that are set are correct. Even like managerial things like invoicing and like accounting and all these things, like that's like originally what we were helping Erik with on the, like in addition to a little bit of the creative stuff, but like the first like maybe 6 months was
Yeah,
like a
6
lot
months.
of focus on just like let's both make some money so that because like we want to live in New York, want to stay in New York, want to be full-time
It's very
YouTubers
expensive
for like
to be a
Yeah.
creative type
And
in
so-
New York City.
I mean, Erik is really good at content, so like the brands really liked working with him, and we did really well in that regard. But as Erik said, like it came to a point where like, okay, the money's good, like, but I want to grow this channel. I want to get more people seeing these videos, and I want to feel. This is Erik speaking. That he like this is what he told me and us is that like I want to have a reason to upload videos, not just for the sake of uploading. And that's when we were like, let's figure this out and write down. What do you want to make videos about? Why do you want to make those videos? What are videos that you would want to watch and you want people to see about you? And we didn't even write like ideas. We didn't write thumbnails. We just wrote titles, like living in New York City, you know, my apartment, or like things that he knew he was passionate about and wanted to make videos about, but also doing it better than we've done before.
Yeah, and things that are just me, like things that like not trying, because I think when everyone starts on the internet, it's very easy to try to be something else.
Exactly.
Like I really wanted to travel, and I still love traveling, but I live in the greatest city on earth, so why wouldn't the majority of my content take place here and revolve around the things that I think about? Like we're about to make the video about, you know, why don't most New Yorkers own cars? Like that's just, it's a question, and it's something that we can provide value. But yeah, once we really had that, like that realization, then things just started clicking.
Like quality over quantity too. Like once a week is fine, right? We like, there was like that when we went to LA, we were like trying to pump out vlogs, like for the sake of pumping out vlogs, and it's just like,
it's not how to do it.
So like that's a big change that we realized, is that just be deliberate in the content and not just like content for the sake of content. But also do what you want to do. Like we traveled like so much this year. You went to Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, tell me about these travels. So how does it start? Like half of it, I'm sure, is it starts with a travel tourism board, right? And they'll be like, oh, hey, come out, make videos. But is some of this travel just for fun?
Yeah, so I tried to balance so when I was a kid, I never traveled. My parents split when I was really young, kind of grew up like middle class, lower-ish. So we didn't travel. We didn't go on like family vacations. So like traveling, to me, I'd watch like movies and reading books of like these crazy places, and like that's what gets me going. So I go to places that really are on my bucket list, and then a good amount of the other ones are destinations hitting us up, like tourism boards or even companies that want to take us to a destination. So I did a trip to Tanzania to start off the year. I had a dream last October that I was on top of a mountain, like just above the clouds, and I couldn't breathe, and I woke up and I checked Instagram, and I had a DM from a climbing company that does summits to Kilimanjaro.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna
let's do
this.
it.
So that trip was a big one to me to start the year off. Just there's something.
Because you have to train for that.
Yeah, it's no
that's
joke.
not just like a stroll.
Yeah.
I mean, how was that experience? Like pushing your
life-changing.
body to the limit.
I think it's
and
not
summiting that. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it wasn't that physically hard. Like your body, if you put it under stress, it will adapt and it will change. Like the human body is crazy. So it was more so for me being away from people. So you're on a mountain for 9 days with no internet, no cell service, just being away from the world, and also the aspect of like just pushing your body. And also there's something very symbolic about just getting to the pinnacle of something. And that's how I wanted to start my year off, just climbing to the top of something. Like this year, we sat down and I set goals. I set down very tangible goals, number goals, spiritual goals, and it's crazy because we've reached, or very close to reaching, like a lot of them, and the year's halfway done.
That's amazing. So, I mean, when you got to the top, were you like, I want to do this again? Or was it like, I've done this major mountain and I'm never going to do it again because this was difficult?
Well, the last hour, I was like an old man using 2 poles. I was hurting. So I got up and immediately I wanted to run down, and I got really sick actually. I didn't eat for like 2 days. I lost like 15 pounds on the whole trip. But after I got home and I started researching Everest, like you
were insane.
Became obsessed with watching videos on Everest and like how to do it, when to do it. So like I know the route they take
so
up.
Who knows, you know?
Yeah, that wouldn't be for a long time.
Yeah, no.
It's in the brain for sure.
Yes. For people out there that say, I want to travel for a living, what's some advice you both would give them? Can you still do it? Can you still be a travel vlogger
I like
in
what
2018?
Gary Vee says, is that that life, which is like absurd, right? Like you want to get paid to travel the world. The audacity, this is strictly straight from Gary Vee. This is not me. But like the audacity of wanting that life, like is beyond, like that's insane to want to do that, right? Like that's not normal. It's never been a thing that you could do. It doesn't make sense why it should be a thing you can do. So few people can do it. So if you want to do it, you need to be the best. You need to work harder than anyone else has. You need to never complain. You need to it took you like years to get to the point that you're at now.
I was thinking about that. It's when I started this, and I don't know if when you started you had a plan. When I started YouTube, I had no intention of doing this as a job. I just wanted to make things, and I was working a job I didn't like, and I just wanted a creative outlet. But the idea of doing something creative has been brewing in my mind for almost about 8 years now.
Wow.
Like moving to New York City, pursuing like acting and then even modeling and all
Like
that
you were
kind
a
of
waiter
stuff.
and stuff, right?
I did everything.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And the people that we all consume the same people. Gary, he talks about eating shit, eating dirt.
You should talk about when you were vlogging every day when you had the job, like that daily routine where you wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
This is like everyone we're sitting here now, world travelers. Talk about what you did when you came here without anything.
What year was that?
So this is 2014. I got the idea almost 4 years ago now to start this, and I was working at a hotel. And I would wake up at 5:30 in the morning, take the train, or I would bike. I started biking at the very end. I'd bike from the Upper East Side, 82nd and New York Avenue, down to Meatpacking, 30 degrees out, 20 degrees out. I had to be at work at 6:45. I'd work at this hotel, this luxury hotel, from 7 till about 3 in the afternoon. I'd leave. I'd film anything but work. I would just film nothing. I mean, you saw my early videos. I would film just my life, and then I'd film till about 10 or 11, and I'd edit from like 11 till 2, 3 in the morning. I'd sleep for like 3 hours. I'd get up and do it again 5 days a week.
Wow.
But I even have clips of this, and that's the amazing thing. That is the one thing I think that is valuable about vlogging, is to document the journey. I have clips where I'm like, it sucks waking up this early and going to a job that I hate, but in the back of my mind, the thing that made me get up was the fact that maybe one day I could make videos for a living. And even now that we have reached a level of success, and by no means do I even think that I've come close to the potential of what we can do, or the things we want to make, or the people we can reach. But I keep that in the front of my mind, especially when really good opportunities come up. How fortunate, like you were saying, that we are. Like the fact that I can make a living traveling and making videos, it's absolutely insane. But I think you need to go through very hard times, and not just for like a month. You need to do it until.
Yeah, you did this for like a year,
Dude,
over a year.
Like a year, but even before that,
like sleeping 3 hours a night, making a video every single day, working a job that you hate, and then like spending all your free time just being creative for the hope that one day maybe something will change. Like,
well, it was more so I enjoyed doing it.
Well,
like, I enjoyed the process of making the videos.
Yeah,
and
and you
learning.
weren't making the videos to make money. You weren't making the videos to get subscribers. You're making the videos because you like making videos, and then that. Like, there has to be that initial belief of like you're doing
Which is
this
crazy, because I think that is actually a unique perspective nowadays, that you actually like making videos. I think that's our advantage. Is we are, filmmakers is a fancy word, but like we are filmmakers, video makers, content creators. We enjoy the process of filming and editing and thinking up of ideas.
Yeah.
I think right now there's a lot of people with passions outside of that they see, video is a good way to get out that and to get an audience. But how do you do that if like you hate editing? If you hate,
or you're not good at it.
Or you're not good, because you got to be good at it, right?
Like it's the new hype thing, right? To be a YouTuber, like every kid in 6th grade, their job,
which is
dream
crazy,
job is to be
right?
a YouTuber. But like,
how insane is that?
Yeah,
I mean,
it didn't exist when I was in 6th grade.
It's like, I mean, like a couple years ago, probably like 2011 through like 2014, like being an entrepreneur was like everyone. Oh, I want to start a business. I want to build an app. I want to raise money. Like
hashtag entrepreneur in my Insta bio.
Like, exactly. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, hustle. Like
hustle.
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
yeah, that's another thing. I never talk about working.
Yeah,
I never will talk about the hard. I won't. I just show the video.
Yeah. So like and that's the thing though, is a lot of people don't see like process, and they don't see hard work. They don't see mistakes. They like, which when you're looking at it, it's like, oh well, all you got to do is make a video and you're going to succeed. And it's
it
like,
looks
no.
easy.
And but that's what makes you good.
That's the trick, right?
Well,
I mean, that's because they say good design is invisible.
Exactly.
Like being a good YouTuber is invisible.
So
you
the
can't think about it.
Yeah, you can't. But even like we're filming this one sequence, the intro to this video, and we needed a luxury car and a view of the city. We filmed these amazing shots, and then the one key scene we didn't have the mic on for some. I don't even know what happened, but like that's the background. And I'm not gonna like post on Instagram like, oh shit, we didn't.
Yeah, like don't put out negativity. Also, like a lot of people like to use social media as an outlet to complain. or like be negative and like show what happens, like to look for sympathy or like I don't know why, but like
and in reality, if you have an iPhone and you have an internet connection, you're like way better off than most of the world, right?
Yes.
And so
like using social media and video and like whatever you want to do, only put out positive energy and positive thoughts and like positive things, like
definitely
putting it like thinking about negative things or like worrying about things or any of that, like there's tons of ways to like shape your mind to find this stuff, like listen to Will Smith, listen to Gary Vee.
Well, even I'll be honest, like when I run or I wake up in the morning, I have a playlist of motivational speeches by people I look up to, and I will just put that on and I'll listen to
who do you look up to?
Dwayne Johnson, Will
God,
Smith, Arnold Schwarzenegger, well, I have a whole just a playlist I can share with you.
The Rock sleeps?
Very little, or he's just.
It's
he
insane.
does, but he's efficient with it.
Yeah,
yes. Like when he's sleeping, his brain is probably like, okay, you're sleeping so you can wake up and dominate.
Even a guy like Ryan Serhant, like this man has I don't even know if I'd ever want to be at that level where every hour, every half hour is optimized.
You saw the thing he posted on Instagram today?
What
he literally talked about like how many hours he has in a month, in a week, in a year, and that every hour is like a unit of measurement that he allocates to achieve what he wants to achieve.
I'm moving towards that where the time is like that, but I don't think because I'm.
Well, here's the difference though. Okay, so for some perspective, guys, Ryan Serhant is like one of the top brokers in New York City. He has an amazing team of people that helps sell $2 million apartments to $20 million apartments, $50 million apartments, and he is also in the Bravo show $1 Million Listing. He also has a vlog channel. But in regards to saying like blocking out your schedule like that, I think what the difference is between Ryan Serhant and us, or Gary Vaynerchuk and us, is that we are solely like creatives, but we have those manager aspects to us to where we do sometimes need that manager schedule of blocking out times for calls or meeting up with people, but we need bigger chunks of time. We need 3 to 4 hours at a time to film and edit. And I think that's where people get confused, is if you are that creative type, you are going to destroy yourself if you every day get in that flow of hour chunks, because I can't edit a video in an hour chunk. I can't get a proper collab done in an hour chunk, So I think it's like important to realize that those people's schedules are different because they work differently as well. So you can't beat yourself up if you're not like, oh, why am I not like Gary Vee or like
it's
Ryan
also about
Serhant?
What you want, right? Like some people say, I want to be Ryan Serhant, or I want to be Gary, or no, what do you want for yourself?
Exactly.
What are those goals? And if you set goals that you want for yourself, because you're not in competition with anyone else, you're only in competition with your former self. So having that as your construct for how you define success, like you can look to other people and be like, okay, let me take a little bit from Ryan about this. But like just like you said, Ryan Serhant is not a YouTuber. So like looking at him and saying, oh, well, I want to be just like him, but he's not a YouTuber. He's a business person with like 40 employees, like totally different.
And I feel like I've said this multiple times too, and we're like dropping Gary's name all over the place, but
he's his father.
Father Gary. It's different when he says document versus create, because he's a CEO,
right?
And another person is making vlogs of him because Gary has a job. He's a CEO of an agency, so that person is documenting his day.
Yeah.
But as YouTubers, I feel like it's our duty to create.
Right.
It's like
we actually kind of like, we always think about that. Like, why does Gary say document, not create? Because like,
because he's not a YouTuber.
Exactly.
He's not a creative type, and that's even something I asked about delegation. Is us creatives have a really hard time with delegation because he said, oh, we're too romantic with stuff. But I think it is that slight bit of romanticism that still makes us happy and makes us stoked on what we're creating with.
Yeah,
exactly.
But you also just can't listen to someone else, right? You have to listen to yourself.
Exactly.
Like, yes, you could take advice from people, but like
take the nuggets that apply to you.
Exactly.
Like the biggest thing that I took from him was it it's not patience. Oh God, I completely blanked, but I think it was just the like understanding business in general and exchanging value. That's the biggest thing that I got from him, was when my mind like clicked on the whole, oh, that person has to have a reason to collaborate with me. That person has to have a reason, like there has to be a value exchange for something to be worth it. That's that's the number one most important thing I
that
took
goes
from
back to
him.
the whole what we're doing now on YouTube. There has to be some kind of value exchange between you and the viewer to make them want to click and watch and subscribe. And especially now, because there's so much, it has to be that much stronger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike, take us through your day. The life of a manager. Would you call yourself a manager, a business owner? You and Jared basically manage YouTubers, Instagrammers.
Yeah.
You deal the deals. What is a day in the life for you? You come do the Creative Exchange podcast with Sarah. You hop on a phone call.
There is no consistent
Tell us
format.
today.
What?
Tell us today. What is today like?
Yeah.
Today was I woke up, I looked at my phone. I had some texts from some people that we work with that are overseas that are ahead of us already. So like I already woke up with
already ready
things I need to reply to, emails to reply to. Talk to Erik probably more than I talk to anyone else on planet Earth. So like because there's always stuff to do when we're at the level that we're at and where we want to be. That's even more important is where we want to be. Like the amount of work that we need to put in together is just like, so usually I like the most condensed version is like I work from home usually in the mornings just because like there's so much to do, and then like around like lunchtime I'll bike into the office because I live in Brooklyn. I bike over the bridge and I can't like use my phone during that time, so it's like my only little break in the day.
Let's go and get some exercise in.
Yeah, well, it's an electric bike,
electric bike.
So technically it's just kind of sitting down.
What electric bike do you use?
It's called the E-Glide SS, and it's from this dude that I found in like Santa Monica who makes them, and it's like $1,000. It's cheaper than cheaper than a boosted board.
No man, I've fallen in love with my moped. So
you got the moped.
Boosted board is still fantastic.
Where do you keep
for
it?
Short. Legit in my office or up in my apartment.
You bring it in the elevator?
In my apartment right now. Yeah.
You have to, man. People will.
I know.
I don't
Have them
trust
on
it
the
out there.
streets of New York.
I'll leave it out there. I have a big chain, so I'll leave it out there if I'm going to lunch or something,
Yeah.
and like it's only an hour. But when I'm up in the office for like 4, 5, 6 hour periods, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
It scares me, man. Anyway, so you're biking over the bridge. You get to the office.
And then I go to the office, and usually like there's always emails to answer. There's always tasks to do. There's like it's all the managerial stuff. There's phone calls with agencies, phone calls with brands, phone calls with the people that we work with to talk about everything, right? Like video ideas, like I would say most of like a lot of the creative stuff like that I do is with Erik. Like Jared's not really on the creative side as much.
He's getting there.
He's getting there, but like
is Jared the dude who gets on the calls with the brands?
Yes,
Is like,
yes,
no, $100,000, not $2,000.
The best Instagram he ever posted is him sitting in like a big like office chair, like an executive whatever, and the caption is the price of the next brand deal just doubled. And that's like quintessential Jared. It's just like
classic Jared.
Yeah. But so like if I'm in New York, like ideally just being in an office, and then Erik will come in, we'll do some stuff. But like yesterday we met up and went to like Motor Cars New York City to like film this orange Porsche on a roof. So like there's not
always keeping things fresh.
Or like I'll go with Sam to like go to an event, or like go to LA for, it's a lot of travel. So there is no typical day. It's just like there's always stuff to be done, and you just got to do it.
Well, even now, Mike films the majority of my videos.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to ask you that too. It's so funny, so you've been doing a lot of collabs with Ryan Serhant, who we were talking about earlier, doing these amazing New York City apartment tours, or like $20 million places.
Yeah.
First of all, so the Central Park one, was that like, I feel like the awe of that apartment is like impossible to capture on camera. Like, what was going through your head so this is a Central Park apartment. Does it have a name, the building, so people can look it up?
157.
Okay.
Is the name of the building.
157 West 57th Street.
My mind was blown. I mean.
Yeah, it's also interesting because a lot of the comments people they can't understand how or why it's that expensive, but it's because you are right next to Central Park, and you have
what was the price?
6,000 square feet for 28.5
28.5
million.
And it's basically an investment too. It's just rich people putting their money into.
And it's all relative.
Yeah.
So
it's like if you're a billionaire, what's a $28 million New York City apartment? You might not even be there, but hey, it's an investment. It might double in 10 years.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, creative wise.
Yeah. So we film a lot.
So you're,
Like,
I'm sure that keeps you busy too, Mike, because you're like on the ground
I know.
with the camera.
Yeah, so Mike will film. So we'll have Ryan for an hour.
Yeah.
We were talking about how crazy busy he is. It takes us weeks to get 1 hour with him.
Yeah.
Mike will film Steadicam, us doing the tour of the whole apartment, mainly getting audio and video of the two of us. Then we'll go through and I will Ronin the whole thing Steadicam with no people in it, just all beauty shots of every room and all the close-ups and everything. Then Mike will go and Ronin me in the rooms. And
Going,
then,
wow.
yeah, the
Wow.
whole the reaction
Yeah.
shots, all that, all that jazz, and then we cut them all together.
Yeah.
But Mike has become a filmmaker.
Yeah, Mike,
Especially
did
on the
you
travel
know how to like man a Ronin and a camera a year
Erik
ago?
has taught me literally everything I know about not just video, but photography too. Like,
But you're good, and that's the thing. We work very well together creatively, which
Yes.
is rare.
Yes.
Like to find someone that you mesh with and you can just kind of jive with.
yeah.
It's a very rare thing, and that's why this works.
Yeah, and like, so I don't think this would work also if it was just me, because like,
Exactly.
like you need someone who like, you need a team kind of, right? Like and well, it depends, right? There are some people who are just not normal that can do everything like Gary or Will or whatever, but like,
But they have teams.
yeah, they do have
They have
teams.
teams,
Everyone-
yeah.
has a
Even
team.
Steve Jobs, like he didn't make the iPhone himself.
No.
He had
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of people
You need a
working on him.
team.
So like working together with people, like it's not, yeah, no one does anything by themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
like, Jared is holding down the fort, like making sure things are moving on that front. But like, I'm also like on the business side, yes, but I'm also a creative person, which is helpful. Like grew up playing music and like I used to make videos when I was a little kid, but like being willing to learn and then also like trusting each other is like one of the biggest reasons why we work together well too, is because like if we have a disagreement, it's like, well, either one of us is right, none of us is right. It doesn't matter. Let's just try everything and then we'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
like,
we'll do both. We'll
Yeah.
do
just do everything. Like
so many takes on a shot, and then
I don't
we'll
need to
always
be
get the
right.
one.
He doesn't need to be right. It's
Right.
not about who's right between us. It's about
The
what's going to be
best,
best for the
yeah.
end outcome. And like our opinions may differ on that. So let's just do everything. And then, I mean, Erik is really the one who puts it all together in the editing, right? Like that's where you could have all this beautiful footage, but like
You
putting
gotta
the
tell
right
the
song
story,
here, putting
yeah.
the right reactions, right? Like the way
Right.
that you deliver the voiceover, the way in which there's a format to it, like that, like I wouldn't call myself a filmmaker. I'm more of a cinematographer.
I'm
You're
looking
the-
forward to your YouTube channel. Let's go, Mike Sheffer YouTube
Well,
channel. Here we
this
go.
is the thing. Mike Sheffer will launch the official YouTube channel when I hit 1 million subscribers.
Oh my gosh, was
That's
this
our-
just an exclusive?
Yeah,
Is
no
this
one
the
knows
first
that.
I mean,
time?
publicly speaking, that's never
Wow.
been said. But
There you
Cut that
go.
out, but
Boom, boom. I'm ready
it's
for it.
more motivation for Erik to want to hit a million followers, a million
yeah.
subscribers, because for
I
us,
wanna
that's
see
when
it.
like
I
that's
feel
when
like
it
you've
begins.
passed me. You've like far passed me. We've always kind of been like neck and neck. I feel like. Where are you at right now? Are you 400?
470 something.
Yeah. You.
It's the plan. It's
Passed
honestly
me
since we
so
started
much.
planning the videos. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the growth.
The
I've
intentionality
doubled my
behind
channel in the past 6 months.
it. Wow.
like we knew
But we
6
knew.
months ago what the videos were going to be that we're going to do that.
And that's the thing. It wasn't like, oh, why is this happening? It's like, okay, we knew this would happen.
Do a lot of he does so much analysis on just like even looking
Hours.
at tags, looking at like what videos have performed well and why don't they perform well. Okay, this didn't do well because it says travel in the title rather than living in the title. Like things like that like you can look at your own data and see
Yeah.
what performs well.
Do you use like TubeBuddy or vidIQ? Do you use any of
Yeah.
those tools?
So I use vidIQ a lot, but I'll spend hours on YouTube incognito mode so it doesn't know my history, and I will just search things. And I'll
interesting.
see what is suggested or why is that suggested or which channel has all their videos suggested. And
Yeah.
that's how I will reverse build out my content.
Wow, that's good.
And like
that's
so,
good.
but there's like even data within your own YouTube channel. Like if
So
you just go
much.
and look up what your top videos are, like do some analysis. Why are these
Yeah.
your top videos? Like why? What is the format of them? What's the thread between them all? Like
When did people stop watching?
right, or like look at retention.
Yeah,
right, like
that's
what,
huge.
when do people stop watching your videos and figure out why?
What did
and
you
then,
say there? What did you do?
Yeah, like and then just do what works and stop doing
Right.
what doesn't work. And like if that means changing from being a daily vlogger or like traveling all the time to traveling half the time because New York City content does well, like and that's not to say do things that you don't like to do, but like
Just be
out of-
smart.
yeah, be smart
smart
about it
about
and
what
like
you do.
figure out what works and then just do more of that.
So good. So I want to end on a light note. Let's talk about David Dobrik vlogs.
Oh my goodness.
To my surprise, I was just watching a David Dobrik vlog. Freaking Mike Sheffer pops up. I was like, excuse me, what? So how's that experience? And the vlog squad.
I mean, so Matt King, who's in that crew. Is I mean, he came on a trip with Eric and I.
Fun fact also. I grew up in the same town. Yeah.
Wow.
So I only knew of him because one of my good friends in high school had a crush on his little brother.
Oh, on Kevin?
And yeah, so I knew of like those two people, like, oh, they go to that school. Interesting. And then he started Vine, and I was like, I would always talk to her about him on Vine, like, oh.
Yeah.
And so it's funny, it's come for full circle.
This
now
is very full circle.
we've hung
Whole
out.
conversation.
He's like, yeah, he's a great dude. But yeah, he started on Vine.
Yes.
And then he has a great Instagram, and he does some YouTube videos.
And he's in like David's videos and Zane's videos, and so he's like has a presence on YouTube, but it's not, you know.
Yeah.
So Matt is, I met him in LA a couple years ago. We became very similar to Eric, became really good friends. Started working with him. He came on a trip with us. So like, and that's the thing is like all the people that we work with are all mostly friends. Like everyone that we work with kind of knows each other. They're all friends, like, which is cool. So just hanging out with Matt, like Matt's obviously friends with those guys. And then like we did a brand campaign with Kahlua that Matt did for YouTube. And he brought Zane with him. So like I got to spend a weekend with Zane and like met him and become friends. And like, so when I'm in LA, like those are my friends that I hang out with there. And then David's just literally always filming when there's something funny happening. So
that's amazing.
And those guys are all hilarious. So like there's always something funny happening. And then they come to New York, they're doing their show. Like, you know, it's just inevitable if you're hanging out with them that they're going to.
Is there that tension with them?
Not at all.
Like, so there's no like, oh, put down the camera. I just want to have fun.
No, it's fun.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like,
because it's fun to film, right?
Yeah, like you like filming, he likes filming. Like if you like being on video and like filming stuff, like there's no one is there that doesn't want to be there, right? Like if you don't want to be in videos, you don't hang out with someone who makes videos. That's like what we were talking about earlier. We all used to hang out. Like when we were hanging out, no one's like, Brett, put down the camera, bro. Like just be here.
Right.
Or like Sam, like come on. It's like no, it's sick. Yeah, let me ham it up because I know you're filming.
And you know what? That deters lots of people from starting off with videos.
Yes.
Because even way back, like when I was with my ex-girlfriend when I started, she didn't really enjoy the videos. Ironically enough, she's a huge YouTuber now. But that will deter someone from making content.
Right.
Honestly, Sam used to film like before YouTube was even a thing. Like Sam used to just like film stuff all the time. Like when I used to play, me and Zora used to like play shows. Like Sam would just film with like one of these big I'm like, Sam, why are you filming this? It's like no one's gonna watch this, nobody cares. And you like make a music video or like edit stuff. And like I used to be that guy to Sam. And like, dude, I guess it's cool that we have it, but like you can just like chill out about it. But he took it so seriously. But like, and that's the thing, right? Is if you don't even like Sam said, no, Mike, I'm gonna film, even though you're not like as supportive as you should be. Like you have to have that mental like fortitude to like say,
because there are gonna be those people.
Always.
Because no matter, even if every person in the world understands what the word vlog means or YouTube, it is still uncomfortable to lift up a camera and film yourself, especially if you're alone. And so I think also
that's why you have to love it.
Exactly. You have to love it. And also if there are people, maybe you're not a video creator, but if there's people in your life, like how can you be encouraging to them and speak in truth as well? You know, like American Idol, you have all of these people that they just put on the show because they're terrible, right? And everyone laughs at them. So it has to be that balance of like, if you're a parent, like, I don't know, let your kids dream, but also if they've been making videos for 10 years and they're 30 years old and they're living in your basement.
You have to adapt, right?
You have to.
If something's not working, you have to change. Like that's the only thing.
Exactly.
And how do you know what to change to is see what works and try that.
Well, it's I'll end on this. It's a balance between being realistic, like you said, if you're making videos for 10 years, it's not going to work. And also just being out of your damn mind and believing that everything that you want can happen. You have to believe it before anyone else will. And I mean, the second that you make it true in your head, it's already happened. It will happen, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in speaking things into motion. I mean, I would sit at the dinner table and I remember so clearly saying to my mom, next summer I will have 10,000 subscribers. And you know what, guys? The next summer I had 100,000 subscribers. So it's like, I think it also helps to tell your friends, tell your family, because then you feel that accountability to them as well. You feel that, okay, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Heck yeah, thank you guys so much for being on. Where can people find you on the internet? I'm going to link everything, but people don't always go to the show notes, you know? So tell them where to find you.
My YouTube channel is ERIK, Erik Conover, last name Conover. If you type in New York City apartment tour, you can find
You'll find Erik.
What about you?
And on Instagram.
I mean, same on Instagram.
Same on Instagram.
The name will be in the title. Just type that into.
I'll say that one more
Yes.
time. Erik Conover on YouTube and Instagram. ErikConover.
Doing your due
Follow him on
diligence.
Instagram.
I don't
Follow
like
him
to
on-
plug myself.
Like,
That's why
that's
this guy
I'm
does
the
it.
plug.
The plug. Mike, you got some socials up and
You
up
can
in
follow
there.
me on Instagram,
Okay.
Mike Sheffer, Sheffer.
There we go. Boom. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notifications of new podcasts every single week.
This was super fun, super
Yes, it
cool.
was.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us, Sarah.
Thank you guys so much for being on. Until next time, guys, stay peachy and stay cool because it is hot.